Hey guys, it's Jess from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have for you a video on habit tracking. These are my new cloth and paper, I think the color is cotton, sticky notes. I love sticky notes. If I could just have a planner full of sticky notes, that would make my life content. But anyways, I have little notes because what I want to talk about with you today is all the different ways you can do habit tracking in your planner. So I have my inkwell, I have my Moxies, I have some cloth and paper inserts in here, and I just want to show you a variety of ideas on how you can habit track in your planner. Okay, let's start with the first one. So let's see, this is going to be a lot of flipping around. So this is my Inkwell Press planner, meaning the cover and the discs, but I've got all kinds of stuff in here as far as like different inserts. So let me flip to the page. Okay, first place you can plan, or first way you can plan in your planner is with the built-in habit tracker that most planners, or a lot of planners right now, come with. Anyways, Inkwell and Moxie does. So in Inkwell Press, in the inserts at the very back of the month, you will have the daily habit tracker. I personally love this habit tracker. What I love more is when we made the insert for it. We're not making inserts right now, so that sucks. But not Moxie, Inkwell, she does make a habit tracker insert, a half sheet. I think she has one like we did, which goes this way, and one like that, which goes that way. I love this habit tracker because I'm a huge fan of a 30-day or a full month habit tracker that I can carry to each week. So, and again, an ideal world, this would be an insert, not at the back, because when I used it at the back of the Inkwell, I'd always forget to flip to this page. But I like having 30 days because I like to see the full month at a glance. The one thing I struggle with weekly habit trackers is the extra effort it takes to go back and really look at my progress and look at each week and go, okay, well, I did it 5 days that week, I did it 2 days this week. It doesn't give you, I think, a big enough picture of actually your progress and your consistency. It's easy to flip to the next week and not even pay attention to what you did the week before, or to give you at the end of a month a very easy to wait and go, oh, I did this 10% or I did this 90%. So built-in habit trackers I think are great because it's obviously in the planner. You don't need to buy anything extra if you don't want to. It's built in there. It's part of the system. So again, with the Inkwell, you have it in the back. I think you can get she has inserts of this as well, so you can just pull it and move it each week of your planner, pop it into each week as you're going. So if you do have the Inkwell, we sell a bunch of variations of the hexagons that match this little hexagon size. We have them solid, we have them striped, we have a two-tone, we have outlined, and we have them what's called double cut, which of course I don't have on here, but it's an outline and a mini hex inside of it. And the reason we made that sticker, and of course I should have this because I'm talking about it, but I'll link to it below. So the reason I came up with that sticker is I thought there's certain habits, right, that we don't do every single day. Maybe it's you have an exercise routine habit you want to build that's 3 times a week. You could go in and put in the outline, which is cut out in the middle. It's die cut in the middle, so that little mini hexagon comes out. I would put the outline on the days of the month that I'm going to work out. And every day I completed it, I'd go and fill it in with the mini hexagon. So I think that's another great option with these built-in ones. Moxie, she also has a built-in, as you know, if you're a Moxie Life user, over here in the sidebar. And you have room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 habits. And this is great too because it's built into the planner. So I'll show you what it looks like. Blank is just here. You write your habit there, and you can do, obviously, just simply, there's a few ways you can use, whether you're using the Inkwell one, if you're using, oh my gosh, flip this. So if you're using the Inkwell one, you don't need stickers. You could just make a little X. You could fill it in with marker, pen, highlighter. Same thing here with the Moxie. You could go in and just put little X's. You could get one of those dot highlighters. I think Katie from Katie Plans on Instagram, I think she's got this little pen I saw the other day that makes perfect dots. I don't know if it's that size, but it was the coolest highlight pen I've seen. Or you could take our little dot stickers and they fit perfectly in there. So built-in habit trackers is one of the ways that's really easy to habit track. Like I said, I prefer a month one over a week one because I feel like it's very easy to forget or to not really get a big picture of how you did. And honestly, when you think about this, this just came to me now as I'm doing this. So this first week, you can see I used our dot stickers and I put them in there on the days that I completed the habit. The following weeks, I just made an X. And when I think about flipping through my planner, what stands out better for me, if I were to go, oh, look, 5 days, 5 days, 5 days, it's honestly these dot stickers in each color. And these, what I did here was I color coordinated with the category of life in the Moxie system that these habits go with. But it's actually easier now that I'm looking at this to see at a glance how much like my completion rate with the colored in ones, whether I do that with a sticker or maybe a highlighter versus just seeing all the X's. I think it's easier to just be like, did I do it? It just doesn't pop out. It doesn't have this like, it's not as visually easy to reference. That's what I'll say. So long story short, the first way to habit track is use your planner's built-in habit tracker, again with a pen, with highlighters, or with stickers. So that's number one. Okay, number two, we actually don't make these for Moxie Life. I don't know why we don't, so if you want them, please let us know. It's definitely something we can make. Let me flip to where I have them here in the inkwell, and that is gonna be your single habit tracker. So maybe you're somebody that really wants to focus on building one single habit. That is it. You're like, I'm gonna go big on one and see how I do. These are great. Just put it down and obviously X out each day that you do it. These are great if you're using another one I'll talk about, which is a sidebar sticker, but you need more habits, add on these guys. So these used to be super popular when we first opened our shop. They're not as popular anymore. I'm guessing because people are using more of the built-in habit trackers, or they like to have multiple ones in a single habit tracker. But I do think these are great to notate. Again, if you're doing just like essentialism goal planning, you just want to focus on one thing. The other thing you can do is obviously add a variety of color to your planner. If you're going to use, one color for each habit, you can add more colors. So it's a little more creative when you're using the single one. But that is an option, is to do a single habit tracker, and that's some of the reasons you might use that. So the other thing, like I referenced before, that you might use is let me find one. I know I have one in here, is a multiple habit tracker. So these have 5. Let me show you. I have it here in the Moxie too. We just released these. We had a customer that asked for them, and I wasn't sure anybody would want these for Moxie because obviously Moxie has the built-in weekly habit tracker, but again, whether you have more habits or whatnot, you might want one of these. So sidebars fit in the sidebar of a vertical planner. This wouldn't work so well, obviously, in a horizontal. I don't think, let's just see really quick, like eyeball this. No, this would be too tall to fit here. I wonder if we could make one for there. I don't know if anybody would want that, so I don't know. Anyways, if you're in a vertical planner, you may like using a sidebar habit tracker. If you are an inkwell press, I think the sidebar habit tracker is a great tool. You don't have to worry about, especially if you're not using the insert, you don't have to worry about flipping back to the month view one here in the back. You can track it for the week and then go transfer it to your month one in the back. So that's a great way to use that. If you're in the Moxie Life, you might be thinking, why would I need a whole nother habit tracker when I have 7 here? I think when I was thinking about this, because this isn't something I would personally use, but maybe one of the reasons you could use this is, obviously there's 7 here, but there is 8 categories in the Moxie Life system. Maybe you're trying to build a habit in each category, so you might need an extra here. Or maybe you have some habits here that are more like daily task or maintenance habits. You just want to be like, up by this time, you're tracking maybe like your routine, and then these are habits you're trying to build that maybe aren't automated yet. So maybe like maintenance and new habits, or vice versa. So I think, or maybe you just like to track a bunch of stuff. Maybe you have an AM and a PM. Everybody's different on how they use habit trackers. I've seen people that don't like using them at all, and then I've seen people that like to track every single thing. So obviously this can be an extension of your built-in one, or whatever. If you're using Moxie, this can be its own little thing. Maybe you just do daily tasks or automated things or routines, and then your built-in guide at the back is for stuff you're working on, like maybe 1 to 3 habits that are new. So just different ways to habit track, but these are some ideas on how and why you use these things. Okay, so we talked about that. All right, the other thing you could do on this concept of, or this discussion about daily tasks, Bum, bum, bum. Come on. Okay, is this guy. And I'm pretty sure we do have this for Moxie Life as well. So this is our daily task sticker. And I used to use this religiously. It is a ginormous sticker. It was originally made, we made it for the Passion Planner Pro, and then we had some Inkwell users that wanted it. If you're somebody like me that doesn't use Saturday and Sunday a lot, you could just put it, it's 2 columns wide, here or down here. You could put it in the corner wherever you want. It is a big sticker though. But this is good for things that might not be habits you're trying to build or anything like that. Maybe it's just your daily task list. Like you have a routine in the morning and evening and you just want to write it down and check it off. Like my example, these are things I do every day. Up by 6, farm chores, check email, check social, check YNAB, do my daily highlight, do our egg count, do an animal check in the afternoon, go through my PM routine and read. So if you just want to be like, boom, 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 these are the things I'm doing. You're a person like myself that just like likes to check things off, even though you're going to do them regardless, or you just need that reminder. That's kind of part of the habit, is doing it and checking it off. They're tied together. So it helps you do it if you have that checkbox. This may be a good sticker for you. Again, I'm pretty sure we have this for Moxie Life as well. Okay, so that's the next one. The other one, which you just saw me flip fast here, and I think I'm going to have to bring this planner out too, is a what was I going to say? A kind of topic specific habit tracker. So the particular one I'm thinking here is our hydration sticker. So there's a lot of you guys that like to track your hydration every day, no matter what that is, 64 ounces or whatever. And you like to have a specific sticker that tracks that habit every day. And this is great to put in the sidebar. So another way to do this, or a way to do it in conjunction with it, let me just show you here. This is what happens when you have all these planners and you're trying to come up with ideas. You just have like too many things. Okay. I swear I had this in here, what I was going to show you guys. Okay. Okay, so here's a few other ways you can do this, or you can do it in conjunction with this. Let me explain. So let's say you're tracking hydration. You may lay down an 8 glasses a day hydration tracker in every day of your planner, whether you're using the horizontal or the vertical, and check it off as you go. And you may also have a sidebar to go, okay, you tracked every day, but maybe only Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got all 8. So when you're looking and you're trying to look at how you're doing and your consistency, instead of having to look at every single day, you can go, oh yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got that goal completed. And then you go, what happened on Tuesday and Thursday? Oh, I got 3. Oh, I got 4 glasses or whatever. So that's a way you can use that in conjunction with this, or maybe you just want one or the other. Another way to track a specific topic or a specific category or specific habit down to like what it is using some kind of icon each day. So we have the large or regular and mini water bottle icon. Maybe you put that on your planner and you write 32 ounces, 64 ounces. You use that just as a eye catcher reminder, and then you write next to it whatever your amount was for the day. Another example of doing this is using other icons. Like let's say you're tracking your steps. You could use the shoe icon every day and write down the amount of steps. And then you could also have a sidebar going. Again, that's how you can use these in conjunction with each other. You could have a sidebar going and put, let's say, here you want 10,000 steps a day. So you're tracking it each day, and then you could go, oh yeah, Tuesday I got 10,000, Thursday I got 10,000. So again, there's ways to use each of these techniques individually and to combine them to help you understand how you're doing, track your progress, depending on how much nuance you want to things. Maybe you don't need to write down exactly how many you did every day, but you'd rather just see, oh yeah, I hit 10,000 every single day. So there's that. So using some sort of icon in your weekly spread to note more detailed information about each habit is another way to habit track, whether you do that alone or in conjunction with a sidebar. Now, another way to do that, or just a different spin off on that, is doing that in your month view. So I know a lot of people, myself included, I don't tend to use my month view a lot. So a great way to use your month view is to give you a whole 30 days at a glance of certain habits. So maybe you use something like you're trying to track sleep and you put the little sleep icon down and you write how many hours of sleep you had. That's another great way to, in a 30-day picture, see exactly how you did with a specific habit, not only if you completed it, but again, more detail of it. So there's that. Let's talk about, I think we got one or two more ideas here. All the habit tracking ideas. So the other thing I wanted to show you in line with like seeing those 30 days at a glance is using some kind of shape sticker to write details in. So for instance, this isn't a habit, but it's a tracking thing. We track how many eggs our laying hens give us each day. Right now, as you know, if you watch my previous videos, I'm doing it, you can't see this, shoot, in my weekly view down here. But one of you guys, I think it was Amberly, said, hey, Jess, why don't you try doing that in your month view? Like, that actually makes way more sense, so that at a glance, I can see exactly how I did in 30 days. And honestly, that is something I really prefer to see when I'm doing habit tracking or any kind of tracking, is I want to see the information, my progress, my consistency over the 30-day period versus having to flip through every week. So I'm a big fan of trying to get as much as you can, habit-wise, transferred into some place that it's easy to see for a bigger amount of time. So the month. So I can use our circle stickers, not our mini circles, these are just our circle stickers. And I can write in there, I could use a teardrop, I could use our little mini flags or regular shaped flags and just put them down. And maybe I color code it if you're using a Moxie with whatever area the habit's related to. So maybe you are on a health journey and you use the little blue teardrop every day that you did your steps, and you could write how many steps, or you could write how many ounces of water, or worked out or something like that. You don't have a lot of room to write, but if there's a small number you need to put down, or you just want to put it down that you did it, I think using your month view and writing on a shape sticker, or even using a label like this, and you could put your steps down, you could layer it with an icon. So as I'm talking, more ideas are coming up with habit tracking. But I know habit tracking is a huge part of people's planning, especially if you're goal planning and you have habits related to your goals. That you need to find a way that's effective, that you can get that information down, and then you can go back and look at it and see how you're doing, so you can make adjustments as you go. Again, that's one reason I'm not always a huge fan of just weekly habit tracking, because I often find it's really hard to see your progress at a glance and make necessary adjustments. Okay, is that everything I got? I have one more idea for you guys, and this actually I put in as an example in my new wrong planner, in my new cloth and paper inserts. And this is an idea I saw actually on their blog. I was just scrolling through their blog to see what kind of content they have. I'm like, this is a good idea. So shout out to Cloth and Paper for this cool idea. They didn't do it exactly like me, but I'll explain this concept here. So what she suggested doing was they have a few stickers in their shop, and she's got like a teardropper shape sticker, and she suggested using in your month view. I think she was demonstrating it on their month notepad, but using that as a habit tracker. And I was like, well, this is brilliant, because again, I like to see a month at a glance, and then having a little key over to the side so you know which color goes with each habit, and then you just kind of like put down each day that you did them. So for example, and I like hexagons, so these are, if I had 3 habits, this is an example, I'm not actually using this, well I could though, but I can see, okay, well this day I checked my YNAB, I was up by 6 and I read. And you can then see like which days you did things. Obviously you could connect a bunch of hexagons. Are fun to use in this manner because they are really good when you start to put them together edge to edge. It's really easy to stack them and it looks kind of cool. I think again, she did it with like little mini teardrops, so it ended up looking like kind of like petals. So you could even use our teardrops or her teardrops and kind of have that going on in the middle. If you're not using your monthly view for much, this is a great way to take advantage of this 30 days at a glance. So you could do it or just circles. You could do it with dot stickers. The other cool thing I was thinking as I was putting this down, and I don't use like an Apple Watch with the different like little rings, but you could get your stickers, your mini hexagons in those 3 colors, which I think is like gold, red, and green, if I'm not mistaken. And you could put down the days you closed your rings with like little mini hexagons, with teardrops, with dot stickers, and it would be a really great way to see at a glance what days you closed your rings if you're into that like Apple Watch movement exercise piece. So I think that's everything, guys. I think that's all of my habit tracking ideas for you. Again, I wanted to do this video because I know how big habit tracking is for so many of us planner people, and we all have our different way of doing it. But I think at the end of the day, like I've always said, if you've watched other videos of mine, when you're doing habit tracking, truly the goal of that is, in my opinion, there's two. One is if you're somebody that feels that the completion of the habit has to go with that check-marked box, they're kind of bundled together, that's going to help you stay consistent because you know it's almost like that internal accountability. Well, I got to check that box off. That gets you motivated. If you're like somebody that feels drawn, motivated by internal kind of pull to completion of tasks like that. So I think that's one goal, is to have it down in a place, no matter where it is. Like I said, a lot of my stuff in my built-in habit tracker on my Moxie aren't things I'm building. They're just my automated tasks, and I like every day I wake up without any effort by 6, but I like having that there. And it just kind of ties this, it's part of the habit, is putting that sticker, that checkbox. So that's what I would say was one goal of habit tracking. The other goal is to be able to truly figure out what's working and what's not working. So if you're just kind of arbitrarily putting these habits down but never going back and looking at your progress, how are you going to know if you're attacking it the way that's effective, if you need to make adjustments, when it's time to kind of up your game, or when you need to kind of scale back and rework it? I think finding a way to really easily track and analyze your habits, progress, consistency is key if your goal is to, build a new habit or something like that. I'm not saying you have to do this like analytical and it's got to be perfect and it's got to be rigid, and if you miss a day, it's horrible, or if you don't get 100%, it's horrible. That's not it. It's just kind of, again, looking, going, okay, yeah, I am clearly reading every day. This is good. Or nope, I am totally dropping the ball on this, and seeing that is key to knowing what you need to change, or even if that habit's important, or if you need to attack it differently. Okay, I think that's it. All right, I hope that was helpful, guys. Let me know if there's any ways that I did not share. Like there's a way you habit track that I totally didn't discuss, because I'm always interested to hear other ways to do habit tracking and share those with you guys so we can all be rocking and rolling with the habits we set for the new year. Okay, P.S. I love cloth and paper Post-it notes. I will be doing a first impressions review of everything I bought very soon, but that's not on the docket, I think, for a couple more weeks on my videos. Okay, that's it. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you in the next video.